Hello, I am coming to you live from Las Vegas. I'm here for the CTIA show. That is what I'm going to write this off as. What I'm actually here for is to get some fucking time away from work. To get started on why I needed a vacation, I was soldering a specific small piece on and I saw two of them through the stereo microscope. And this is a pretty new stereo microscope that I just got, so I thought maybe I fucked something up setting this up. Maybe there's something that's supposed to be set or focused that's not in place properly. And the other technician, after watching me fuck with this for 20 minutes, walks over and looks at it and says it's fine. And then I look over at him and he has two heads, and I go, no, it's not the microscope, it's me. So yeah, I do deserve a vacation. And I have been putting this online, on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, because I have people calling me saying, I need this done in this time frame, I need this done in that time frame, I have this question for you, and they won't let my staff answer the question, they won't let the sales guy or the technician or the secretary answer the question. It's got to be me. And I'm here to tell you that until Friday afternoon I'm not answering shit. So, moving on. When I first got to Vegas, I swear, like just 3 minutes, not even off the plane, just 3 minutes in the actual area, I already got into some crap. So I'm trying to get off the plane. And you know how people disband airplanes? They disband airplanes in a manner that makes me realize that regardless of what you say about evolution, that we really haven't come that far. You'd be able to get off the plane in 20 seconds flat if everybody did this. Bag, down, carry, run. But no, people do something kind of like this. I'm not sure if any of you who may have flown out here recently can agree with me, but they do like this. And then they move. And you repeat this over for like 90 passengers, and you start to get, the people who are actually impatient, who maybe don't want to sit in this little fucking crop duster for 6 hours, they start, like me, they start to get impatient. So after waiting a good 10 minutes, this guy that's next to me is still standing there. And again, the people in front of me, all these other, devolved fucktards, have gotten off the plane. He's still standing there and talking and looking through his bag and doing all this bullshit. And I just say, excuse me, sir? I did it in a very, very humble fashion. No, not like, excuse me, like these douchebags from New York usually do. It was an, excuse me, sir? And he's like, what? Can't you see that there's people in front of us leaving? And I go, I saw that, but they're gone now. And he's like, how are you raised? And I said, I was raised to say excuse me when somebody's in my way instead of pushing them. And he just stands there and he shrugs, he laughs to his friend, he goes back to talking. And at that moment, just seeing the shrug and the laugh, since I was hoping that I was in better shape than him, and I just went like that right to his fucking shoulder. And he fell right into his friend, and I left the aircraft. And then I'm getting my bag, I'm waiting at the baggage claim, I'm getting it, and his friend runs up to me and says, I reported you to airport security. I'm like, thank you for telling me that, because I was going to spend a little time here, use the restroom, use the water fountain, but now I know I have to leave, so, you didn't really do much good for your friend. And I'm running to my friend's car in the parking lot, because, yeah, I don't really want my trip ruined by airport security. And this is an important point, and even though this is some silly, stupid, playground level shit, there's a point that I want to get across here, and it's that when you are annoyed or when something has occurred that has irritated you, there are so many people that will bitch about it 6 hours later, 3 hours later, 12 hours later, a week later, a month later, a year later. They hold it inside. It stays in here, and it stays in here. And what happens is that turns into stress. They lack the ability to say something or do something about an event that irritated them until it is too late to respond to the event. So instead of respond to the event, they respond to something else over the course of their daily life where it may not necessarily be appropriate to express these feelings. And I know this because I used to be one of those people, particularly in junior high school. I don't know if I've mentioned it on this channel before, but I graduated high school at around 97 to 103 pounds. And again, 97 pounds, 18 years old, that's not really in good shape. So I would express myself later because, again, you just really couldn't express yourself at the time. And there are all these people that are going to say you stand up to the bully and then the bully knows that you can beat him. Let me tell you something from 4th grade, 7th grade, 9th grade experience. When you stand up to the bully after he finds it and he realizes, wait a second, Before, I knew there was a 90% chance if you hit me, it wouldn't hurt. Now I know for certain there's a 100% chance that if you hit me, it's not going to hurt. They're actually going to fuck with you a little bit more. So, and again, I understand why people may not want to react immediately. And, luckily, at least physically, I'm out of that in this point of my life. At 25 years old, I go running every day, I keep in shape, I have a strict diet, and I spend 2 hours at the gym every single day. I'm out of that point. Again, if somebody's going to say, I'm not going to move just to spite you, I have the ability to go bing and, bash them into the damn cockpit window. But the point is, in real life, in the real world as an adult, most of the time this is not going to be physical. This is going to be intellectual. This is going to be emotional. This is going to be at work with a boss-employee relationship, whether you are the boss and the supervisor and somebody just said or did something that really doesn't seem right to you, or whether you are the employee and your boss just said something that really sets you apart, or your coworker was a little snarky towards you, and you don't really know how to deal with that. Because again, you're going to have the shock at the time of, wow, did that really just happen? And while you're busy with that shock, you're not really doing much with the information, and you're not really reacting in a way that's going to be productive because you don't think it's appropriate. And by the time arrives that you don't really care that it's appropriate, that you just want to react in how you feel, it doesn't make sense anymore. It's like trying to discipline a dog. He bites your furniture, you say no. You don't say no, 2 hours later. The dog's not going to know why you're yelling at him. And even though humans are far more intelligent than cats and dogs, in some aspects, emotionally, we're still that dumb. You can't really discuss that with somebody later and have it have the same effect that it would in the moment. And again, I knew that if I were actually going to wait for somebody who is purposely blocking my way in the aisle on purpose to be snarky, that it would have ruined my vacation. I wouldn't have been having fun right now. I wouldn't have gotten drunk at the small get-together at the Bellagio. I would have just been really pissed off. And I didn't feel pissed off at all because, again, I just took it and I pushed it in the fucking cockpit window. Not cockpit window, the side window, whatever. It was pretty cool because he was standing in the aisle and his head flew across 3 of the seats. So that was satisfying. But my point here is you need to react to things that irritate you as they irritate you. And the other thing that I need you to understand, and this is something that I explain to my lower level staff, is that you can project anger, you can project irritation if you believe it is needed without internally becoming angry. A lot of people decide not to react in the moment, not just because they are afraid of the negative repercussion, but also because they don't like becoming angry themselves. They don't like becoming emotionally riled up themselves, and they know that in order to make the proper impression on the person who is wrong to them, that they're going to have to do that. And a lot of people on this channel will comment going, why are you so angry in this video? Why are you so mad in this video? And I can tell you, in some of these videos where you may think I'm angry, I'm raging, I'm pissed off, I want to get angry and kill you, that I'm not pissed off and that my pulse actually hasn't gone up 1 beat over, 52 beats per minute. It stays right there, even if I'm getting really angry, because I'm not getting really angry. See, I'm projecting what I need to project to get my point across through body language, through the tone of my voice, through the way that I may be trying to explain something, but I don't want to become internally angry. I don't want to become internally jealous, internally irritated. And once you start getting in control of your emotions, you'll find out that it's really simpler to react in the moment. And when you react in the moment in an honest fashion, you actually get some good results out of it. And I do this on a regular basis. There are times where customers will walk in and they'll rub me the wrong way, and it's too late. It's not until we've done a $1,000 job for them and they're pissed off at things that have nothing to do with what I did that I can comment. But in the beginning, again, the people will find this inappropriate, but I'll say, ma'am, you seem very unhappy and I haven't done any work for you yet. I don't think it would be appropriate for me to do work with you, because if you're unhappy with what I have not done yet, you're not going to be happy with what I do, and it's not going to be a good relationship. And again, most people, they don't really start in this way. They think, oh, I'm about to tell this person to get the fuck out. I'm about to tell this person I don't want to work with them. I don't know why I took this. They're reacting later. They're not reacting in the moment. And again, a lot of these times when something really gets you on a personal level in the moment, you can react and you can say something that's appropriate without becoming internally angry, without making rash, improper decisions. And, sometimes you may just have to. Sometimes you may just have to take the person and shove them into the window because they frankly fucking deserve it. And that's something that is important. I have dealt with these people. I have employed these people. I have dated these people where they go, oh, my day is ruined because somebody at the office was snarky to me. Oh no! And you know, yeah, you have to learn how to be able to act in a manner that is not in line with how you are thinking. Because if you have to invest becoming internally angry to solve a problem, then you're going to react with fear. You're going to be like, oh, this person annoyed me, but I don't want to become angry at them. And the same goes the other way around. I'm not going to get into the details of it. I don't want to get into the details of it in public. But for the last 9-10 months, I've been going through some crap with certain levels of authority that thought that I owed them $95,000, that I really didn't owe them, and they didn't want me to remove my license, and all sorts of other bullshit. And I'll be honest with you, it scared the piss out of me. I was not happy. I was losing sleep at night. But when I came to work and an employee learned something that they didn't know how to do, when I came to work and somebody did something that was amazing, I'm not going to say, you know what, that's good, but I don't care right now. It's, oh, this wasn't like this before. Did you just reorganize every one of these boards? This is a good idea. Thank you very much for doing that. And here's why this is a good idea, and this is why I hired you. You know, you have to be able to project an attitude that is different than the attitude you have if you want to get by. And I assure you, there are many, many times where I have failed miserably when I have worked on something for 30 hours, and it's worse than it was when I started, and I actually had it working, and I ruined it by putting a warranty sticker on it. I have ruined board repairs literally by going to place the warranty sticker. Like, that sticker wasn't on sitting right, so I go to take it off and it pulls off the copper trace on the PC board, and I don't even want to get into it. But the point is, you can't project anger in those situations even when you are internally angry. Sometimes that just doesn't work because it's going to discourage the people around you. Again, as I've said in other videos, you know, a lot of people, you know, I can't project to my staff that, oh, I'm pissed, oh, I'm losing, oh, this agency is saying that I owe them money that I don't, oh, woe is me, oh, this person was snarky to me, I don't even want to go to work anymore. Because I'm not going to have a world-class staff working with me if that's how I act. I, as a business owner, am responsible for these people coming to a place every day that they believe is going to take over the world. You don't get good discounts from your vendors when you're not in good shape, when you're pissed off and angry and things aren't going well. You get good deals from your vendors when you're the company that's taken over the world. Customers come to you, large clients that want to stop using one firm that they're sending $100,000 a year work to, and they want to start sending it to you. They don't come to you when you don't really look like you're at the top of your game. You don't have the right to not seem like you're at the top of your game. You have to learn to separate how you feel inside with how you act, so that you can act inappropriate when it's appropriate to do so, and act appropriate when it would be appropriate for you to be angry, to be pissed, to be sad, to be down. Because I'm telling you, you want to run a world-class company, you don't have the right to not act like a world-class person. Anyway, it was really fun, honestly, meeting some of you people today. You know, I got to meet some people earlier today and also tonight at this event, and you know, I'm reminded again. I said this a million times, but it's still important. I'm reminded of that Groucho Marx quote: "You know, I wouldn't want to be a member of a club that would want to have me." And you know, I walk into in New York, you know, I walk into a room and people are recognizing me, and honestly, that's pretty cool. All of you people that said, you know, I wish I had a business like yours. And again, on this channel, I always say, you don't need to be a genius to get by. You don't need to be, you know, the smartest person. You don't need to be the largest company. You don't need to have insurance for everybody at your business to be a real business. Although again, certain government agencies are going to kind of want you to. But you get my point. And there are people coming up to me saying, you know, you're more of a business than I am. And I'm like, how many employees do you have? And they say 4. And I go, okay, I have 2. How big is your store? 1,000 square feet. Mine's 750. A lot of you people, you don't give yourself credit. You have amazing businesses. And if any of the advice I've given on this channel has been a part of growing your business, then that really does warm my heart. It does make doing this stuff worth it. I hope to have some fun at CTIA. Again, I'm not going to be really involved in discussing the industry that much because, again, while this is an industry event and it is something I'm doing for my business, I really just want to be on vacation. So I may not get that deep into it. Another thing that was pretty cool about visiting, I didn't really meet any neutral people. I mean, the people that I've met, they're like, oh my God, I love all your advice. I can't believe I'm meeting you. Or there are people that just, they don't want to make eye contact. Then again, that's pretty cool, because one of the things that I've mentioned before in the past, and that I still believe in now, is it's good to put your thoughts online, even if they're not thoughts that you think people are going to want to hear. Because somewhere out there, there's somebody that thinks just like you. And if you put your thoughts out there, then the people who think like you, the people who agree with you, the people who have benefited from what you have to offer, are going to start coming to you, and then you're going to start growing and doing things together and doing business together and learning from one another in a way that you wouldn't before. And the people who don't like you, you're just not going to be able to meet them. Because the people that I met that don't really like me, I didn't even get a chance to shake their hand. I didn't get a chance to figure out that I'm not going to like you. They just didn't really want to talk to me. And again, that's cool. You put your thoughts out there, and the people who agree with you are going to talk to you, and the people that are not going to like you, they're not going to really talk to you. And that saves me an unpleasant conversation, so that's cool. And you know what else is cool? This little USB drive that I got from E-Tech Parts. Trying to remember the name of the person who gave this to me. Emily's, oh God, I don't remember the last name. That's embarrassing. Anyway, look at this thing. This is fucking cool. I wish I came up with this thing first. It's a USB drive that rolls up. My friend and I have been doing nothing but beating each other with them this evening. So I hope that mine still works. If you are in the area, honestly, as much as I don't want to talk work, if you followed us on Twitter or Instagram, commented on videos, had questions, do make it down to CTIA. It's $200. It's, again, you see it as a vacation. If you see it as, I'm not going to pay to just meet people and not make any money, you're not going to want to come. But if you see it as a vacation for yourself, and you look at the amount of work you do, you probably deserve a vacation. So, again, please, you know, make the time and the effort to come by, even if not to see me, to see some of the other people that are going to be here. Because you may learn something that you didn't know before, or you may not learn anything, but you may just have some fun. You know, I had some fun with some 100 proof alcohol tonight, which is not going to do me well in the morning. But yeah, hopefully I do plan on taking the camcorder to the show tomorrow, and hopefully there are some fun things to record. Hopefully there's you know, some fun stuff to put up here. I hear that that Jack Telecom is supposed to be here with the translator, so hopefully I get to talk to that guy tomorrow. Hopefully I find him, and that's pretty much it. You know, come by Vegas.